There are moments when the spiritual world whispers something so strong that your heart feels it before your mind understands it, and today the angels are revealing a message you were meant to hear. A powerful request is coming from your soulmate, and this energy is about to move you in ways you haven't felt in a long time. If you're already sensing something awakening inside you, take a second to like this video, subscribe, comment amen, and share your energy with this space. Your engagement keeps these messages reaching people who are searching for the same light you're seeking right now, and the angels are guiding you here for a reason that will become clearer with every word that follows. The angels show that something has been shifting around you lately, a subtle pull in your chest, a wave of anticipation, a dream you can't shake, or that strange moment when you suddenly felt someone thinking intensely about you. Let me ask you this, have you recently felt a presence touching your spirit, even if no one was physically near? That wasn't your imagination. These sensations have a spiritual root, and today you will understand exactly why they've been happening. Before we go deeper, leave a "I received this" in the comments and consider supporting with a thanks if this message resonates with your heart. The truth coming from the spiritual realm is simple yet overwhelming. Your soulmate is preparing to make a request, one born from a deep emotional place that has never stopped beating for you. Even if time has passed, even if distance or silence tried to dull the connection, the feeling never died. As you hear these words, something inside you begins to respond, almost as if your soul recognizes what's coming before your conscious mind does. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. So engage with the video now, because every action you take strengthens the spiritual connection that's unfolding. Maybe you felt an unexpected chill, a sudden memory, or a wave of longing with no clear cause. Don't dismiss these signs. The angels reveal that the approach of your soulmate's energy is so strong it's already touching your field. And here's a question your heart needs to hear. Are you truly prepared for something that could shift the direction of your love life? This message isn't just meant to comfort you, it's meant to prepare you. If these words are resonating, type in the comments, "I allow divine love to find me," and open the door for what's coming next. The angels repeat one phrase with extraordinary clarity: the time is now. The request your soulmate is about to make carries a powerful intention, one strong enough to cross dimensions and reach you emotionally, even if you don't fully understand why. That's why you are guided to this video at this exact moment. Not before. Not later. Now. This timing is divine, and nothing about it is accidental. Before we move toward the core revelation, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. These messages are part of your spiritual path, and staying connected is how you continue receiving what was meant for you. As this message unfolds, you may realize that certain signs have been trying to reach you: repeated dreams, sudden waves of nostalgia, names or numbers appearing unexpectedly, songs that speak directly to what you feel. All of these are threads of the same spiritual movement pointing toward what is coming your way. And let me tell you, the full revelation hasn't even begun yet. There is something deeper the angels want to reveal, something that will make everything finally make sense. Before we continue, take a moment to like this video so more hearts can receive this light. Keep your heart open, because we are only at the beginning. The message ahead is profound, emotional, and transformative. As we move forward, you will understand why this request from your soulmate carries so much power and why it will move something inside you that has been waiting for this moment. Your engagement, your likes, your comments, your shares, are a spiritual confirmation saying, "I am ready." And if you truly feel ready, follow me into the next part, where the revelation begins to take shape in ways you won't expect. There is a moment when the spiritual world becomes so close that it feels like a warm breath on your heart, and that is exactly what the angels show is happening around you now. They reveal that the request coming from your soulmate is not random, not sudden, not impulsive. It is something that has been forming quietly in the unseen, shaped by longing, reflection, and a deep internal awakening that this person has been experiencing. The angels show an image of a light traveling from their heart to yours, as if they've finally gathered the courage to take a step they have feared for a long time. This request carries intention, clarity, and a desire for emotional truth, and the moment it reaches you, something within you will respond instinctively, as if your soul has been waiting to hear these words for years. The angels begin revealing why this request has such a powerful energy. They show that your soulmate has been wrestling with their own emotions, trying to understand the connection that keeps pulling them back to you, no matter how much time or distance has existed between you. There were moments when they tried to ignore this feeling, moments when they convinced themselves they could move on, but every attempt ended in the same place, you. That's why this request is so important. It represents surrender, honesty, and a recognition that the bond between you isn't something that can be pushed aside anymore. It's as if their heart finally stopped resisting what the soul always knew. What becomes even more intriguing is the way the angels show this energy approaching you. It's not like a sudden rush, but more like a growing warmth, something you've already felt in subtle ways. That's why you've experienced strange emotions lately, why memories resurfaced unexpectedly, or why you suddenly felt connected to someone without explanation. These sensations were not coincidences, they were spiritual echoes of your soulmate preparing to step forward. The angels reveal that the universe has been aligning both of you for this exact moment, adjusting circumstances, thoughts, and emotions so the request can finally unfold. The angels describe this request as something that carries a promise, one rooted in truth, vulnerability, and a desire for deeper connection. They show your soulmate rehearsing words, imagining moments, feeling both fear and excitement as they prepare to approach you in a way they never have before. It's as if they're standing on the edge of a transformation, knowing that once they speak, everything will shift. And that shift isn't meant to bring confusion but clarity. The angels insist that this person's heart is awakening to what truly matters, and that's why this request arrives now, at this exact chapter of your journey. Another part of this revelation is the emotional intensity surrounding your own heart. The angels show that you have been preparing spiritually without even realizing it. You've healed wounds, released old energy, reconnected with yourself, and softened parts of your heart that were guarded for too long. You may have felt tired, reflective, or unusually emotional, not because something was wrong, but because your spirit was opening space for something right. The angels emphasize that you weren't imagining this shift, your soul was aligning itself with the incoming energy of this request. As the message deepens, the angels highlight that there is a divine orchestration at play. Nothing about this timing is accidental. They reveal that both you and your soulmate have crossed important internal thresholds, moments of growth that finally make this connection possible in a healthier, more grounded way. It's almost as if the universe waited for both of you to reach a point of readiness. The angels say, now the path is clear, and that clarity is what gives this request its power. It's not coming from confusion but from certainty, not from impulse but from alignment. What the angels prepare to reveal next is even more profound, the true purpose behind this request. There is something bigger than romance unfolding here, something spiritual, something tied to destiny and soul agreements made long before this lifetime. But the angels ask you to breathe, to stay present, because what comes next will expand your understanding of this message entirely, and the deeper layers of this request are only beginning to unfold. the angels begin unfolding a deeper truth behind this powerful request, showing that it originates from a place far beyond simple longing. They reveal that your soulmate has been experiencing moments of intense clarity, almost like sudden realizations that strike out of nowhere. These moments come during quiet nights, early mornings, or times when their mind drifts unexpectedly to you. The angels show that these flashes of insight carry the energy of remembrance, as if your soulmate is recalling something the soul never forgot. This is why the request feels so strong. It comes from a memory imprinted on the spirit, not just the mind. And now, with this awakening intensifying, they can no longer hide from the truth rising inside them. As the angels describe this awakening, they also show how the connection between you and your soulmate exists beyond physical reality. They present it like a bridge made of light, one that has always been there, even in moments of silence, distance, or uncertainty. This bridge pulses with energy, and lately, that energy has been getting stronger. You may have felt waves of emotion for no clear reason, or sudden warmth in your chest, or even moments where your intuition whispered, "Something is coming." These sensations are reflections of this bridge of light being activated. The angels say that every step your soulmate takes toward this request sends ripples through that connection, reaching you before the actual moment arrives. There is also a powerful metaphor the angels share to help you understand this moment. They show your soulmate standing at a doorway, holding something fragile yet luminous in their hands. This represents their truth, something they've protected, feared, questioned, and resisted, but never truly abandoned. The angels explain that this truth has grown heavier with time, not because it's a burden, but because it demands expression. It wants to be spoken. It wants to be heard. That is why the request is forming so strongly now. It's no longer possible for your soulmate to suppress what their heart has carried for so long. And as this truth expands, it begins to spill into your energetic field, preparing you for what is coming. But the angels reveal something even more intriguing. There is a reason this request didn't come before. They show that in the past, the emotional timing was misaligned. Your soulmate may have been afraid, overwhelmed, or trapped in fears of rejection, inadequacy, or uncertainty. You also had your own internal battles, moments where your heart was healing, learning, or rediscovering its worth. The angels explain that a request like this requires both hearts to be open, open enough to receive, open enough to interpret, open enough to trust. That openness is only now becoming possible. The transformation you've experienced recently is not random, it was preparation. The angels insist on repeating a message that echoes through the spiritual realm. There is something even greater you must hear. This phrase creates a suspended tension within the message, a whisper of deeper revelation that lies beyond the immediate request. They show that the request itself is only the doorway, not the destination. What it leads to is something far more meaningful, something tied to healing old cycles, restoring sacred bonds, and fulfilling emotional potential that was once blocked. There's a divine unfolding happening behind the scenes, and the angels want you to understand that what's approaching is not merely a moment, but a shift. In this expansion, the angels turn their attention to the emotional journey your soulmate has been on. They reveal moments of silence, nights of reflection, and days filled with unresolved feelings. They show that your soulmate has been trying to understand why the thought of you returns again and again, stronger each time. It's as if every attempt to move forward brought them back to the same internal truth: you are the person their soul recognizes. This recognition is what fuels the request, giving it spiritual weight and emotional depth. And this depth is what makes the coming moment so transformative. Yet, the angels hint that the next part of this revelation contains something essential, something that explains the purpose behind this request and how it connects to your destiny in ways you may not yet see. They ask you to stay present, to stay open, because what comes next will reveal layers of meaning that tie your past, present, and future into one unbroken thread. The unfolding is just beginning, and the most powerful part has yet to be spoken. The angels begin guiding your attention toward your own experiences, showing that the signs surrounding you lately were not random emotions or passing thoughts. They reveal that the energy of this request has already been interacting with your daily life in subtle, practical ways. Maybe you found yourself daydreaming more often, feeling a sudden longing at unexpected moments, or even sensing someone's presence near you when you were completely alone. These small moments were not coincidences but gentle nudges from the spiritual realm preparing your heart to receive what's coming. The angels remind you that your intuition has been whispering to you, trying to make you aware that a shift is approaching, and now those inner whispers begin to make sense. They also show that the emotional turbulence you may have felt recently, moments of vulnerability, bursts of nostalgia, reflections about past connections, were part of this preparation. Sometimes you may have wondered why old memories resurfaced or why certain feelings returned with surprising intensity. The angels reveal that your soul was clearing space, releasing old energies, and reorganizing emotional pathways so that this new request could enter your life without confusion or fear blocking it. You weren't regressing, you were aligning. You weren't becoming weaker, you were getting ready to receive something that requires your heart to be fully open and receptive. The angels bring your attention to the way you've been noticing subtle synchronicities, repeated numbers, familiar songs, meaningful symbols, or even people mentioning topics related to love, reconnection, or destiny. These signs weren't merely interesting, they were confirmations. Each one was a message saying, "Stay aware. Something is moving toward you." The angels explain that your soulmate's awakening affects your energy, creating ripples that you can feel even without knowing where they come from. These synchronicities are the universe's way of keeping you connected to the unfolding story, reminding you that you are part of something bigger than your daily routine. There's also a practical, emotional layer to this divine timing. The angels show moments where you chose yourself, healed wounds, set boundaries, or walked away from situations that no longer honored your worth. These choices created space for this connection to return in a healthier way. Every moment of courage you had, every step you took to protect your heart, contributed to opening the energetic path for this request to reach you. The angels emphasize that your growth was not unnoticed. Your healing played a crucial role in shaping this moment, proving that your heart was willing to rise again after everything it survived. The angels also reveal how your soulmate's energy has quietly been influencing your emotions. You may have felt sudden warmth, unexplainable calm, or waves of longing that seemed to come from nowhere. These emotions were echoes, your heart responding to theirs. The angels describe it like two frequencies slowly tuning into harmony, adjusting and realigning until they match perfectly. This emotional resonance is why you felt changes inside you without clear reason. It's why you sometimes felt ready for something new, even before you knew what that something was. Your heart has been preparing itself instinctively to receive the request approaching your life. What's even more powerful is how the angels show your daily life beginning to shift in subtle ways as this moment gets closer. Opportunities appear, conversations shift, your perspective softens, and even your dreams become more vivid. These changes signal that the path is opening, both spiritually and practically. The angels show that your reality is bending slightly, aligning itself with the arrival of this new chapter. You may have felt a deeper sense of hope lately, even if you didn't understand why. That hope wasn't accidental, it was guidance. Now the angels reveal something that brings your heart even closer to the core of this message. What's coming is not simply an emotional moment but a turning point. It carries the potential to create change in your daily life, your emotional world, and your sense of direction. And while this part helps you understand how the message interacts with your reality, the next part will take you into the emotional peak of this revelation, the moment the angels have been preparing you for since the beginning. The angels now draw your awareness to the emotional peak of this entire revelation, showing that the request coming from your soulmate is more than a question, more than a step, and more than a moment of courage. It is the beginning of a transformation that echoes through both of your lives. They reveal that your soulmate has reached a breaking point within their spirit, a moment where holding back is more painful than risking vulnerability. This inner shift has created a surge of energy that is now flowing towards you, carrying a sense of urgency, longing, and truth that can no longer be contained. The intensity you have felt lately is the spiritual pressure of this moment approaching its release. The angels show your soulmate standing in a field of swirling emotions, facing memories, realizations, and fears they have avoided for far too long. They reveal nights of silent reflection, moments of sudden clarity, and powerful waves of longing that brought your soulmate to their knees emotionally. These experiences were not meant to break them but to awaken them. In these moments, they understood something irreversible. The connection they share with you is not temporary. It is not replaceable. It is not something that fades. This realization is what gave birth to the request that now approaches your life, a request born from emotional truth rather than idealized fantasy. The angels show the spiritual world vibrating with the energy of this coming moment, as if the universe itself is preparing to witness a breakthrough that has been destined for a very long time. This request carries the energy of release, releasing old patterns, releasing silence, releasing fears that once controlled their heart. As your soulmate prepares to step forward, the emotional weight of their journey gathers behind them like a tidal wave of honesty waiting to crash against your life. You may feel this energy as a pressure in your chest, a flutter in your spirit, or an unexplainable anticipation that refuses to fade. The angels emphasize that your soulmate is not approaching lightly. They have spent countless hours imagining what they would say, rehearsing conversations in their mind, preparing themselves for every possible outcome. They have wondered if you would welcome them, if you would reject them, if you have healed enough to allow this connection to open again. And yet, despite their fears, they continue moving toward you. This determination is the clearest sign of all. They are ready to face truth, ready to face themselves, and ready to face you. The emotional courage behind this moment is what gives the request such extraordinary power. But the angels reveal that this emotional climax is not only about your soulmate's awakening, it is also about your own. They show that your heart has been strengthening quietly, gaining confidence, clarity, and emotional readiness. You have overcome hardships that once drained your spirit. You have reclaimed parts of yourself that were lost. You have learned to trust your inner voice again, even when doubt tried to silence it. This inner growth is what makes the coming moment possible. Without your healing, the request could not reach you with the depth and purpose it now carries. The angels also show that your hearts have been moving toward each other in ways neither of you consciously realized. Small thoughts, emotions, and intuitive nudges were actually responses to each other's energy. When you felt a sudden ache in your heart, your soulmate was thinking of you. When you felt a rush of hope, they were imagining a future with you. When you had a moment of unexpected clarity, they were awakening to their own truth. These emotional echoes formed the bridge that now brings this request into reality. And now, the angels whisper that the revelation ahead will carry the final truth behind this request, why it comes now, what it truly means, and how it connects to your destiny. The next part will reveal what the heart has been waiting to understand. The angels unveil the deeper layers behind your soulmate's decision, showing that the request approaching your life is not simply a desire for closeness, it is a turning point shaped by lessons, growth, and spiritual maturity. They reveal that your soulmate has reached a profound realization: life without emotional truth feels hollow, unstable, and incomplete. This understanding pushed them to confront their fears, patterns, and doubts. The angels describe a moment where your soulmate looked inward and felt the undeniable truth that the connection with you never stopped vibrating within their soul. This truth became impossible to ignore, pulling them forward into a brave act of emotional honesty. The angels show how destiny has woven itself into the details of your lives, creating moments of alignment that neither of you fully understood at the time. Unexpected dreams, sudden memories, and strong impulses were all part of this awakening. Even times when you felt you were completely alone were moments where your soulmate was thinking of you intensely, sending waves of energy that brushed against your spirit. These connections were invisible to the eye but unmistakable to the soul. The angels revealed that these signals were preparing both of you for a moment where truth could finally be spoken without fear. As the spiritual world reveals more, the angels highlight the emotional preparation happening around you. They show that your heart has been softening in areas where it once felt hardened, becoming open to hope again despite past pain. This shift was not a coincidence but part of a divine synchronization between your healing and your soulmate's awakening. You both needed to reach this point where the emotional gap between you became small enough for truth to cross. This spiritual alignment is why the request now carries such clarity and intention. It arrives in a moment of readiness that destiny has carefully shaped. The angels show your soulmate holding a decision with great emotional weight, feeling the intensity of what this request means. It is not a small gesture or a superficial desire. It is a spiritual act of stepping into vulnerability, choosing connection over fear, choosing truth over silence. They have imagined the expression on your face, the sound of your voice, the possibility of your acceptance, and the possibility of your hesitation. Yet despite all the uncertainties, they continue moving forward, guided by a force greater than logic, a force rooted in destiny, memory, and the soul's knowing. This moment the angels show is filled with emotional electricity. They reveal your soulmate practicing their words, imagining different outcomes, and preparing themselves to surrender their pride and open their heart in a way they never have. This preparation is not about perfection but authenticity. They want to be understood, seen, and received in their most honest form. The angels show that their spirit is pushing them to express what has stayed locked inside for far too long. And as this truth rises, it becomes too powerful to remain unspoken. The angels then turn their attention to you once more, showing how your energy has been responding to this call. They reveal that your heart has already sensed this coming moment, even if your mind could not explain the feeling. You have experienced internal shifts, moments of tenderness, and unexplained hope because your spirit has been preparing for a reconnection aligned with divine timing. You are being positioned emotionally to receive this request with clarity, compassion, and empowered awareness. Now the angels whisper the final preparation. The next part will bring everything together. It will reveal the full spiritual meaning of this request, the destiny behind it, and the reason your hearts were guided back to this exact moment. The conclusion is approaching, and it carries the most powerful message of all. The angels now unveil the heart of the message, showing that the request coming from your soulmate is not merely emotional, it is prophetic. They reveal that your soulmate is preparing to ask for a new beginning with you, one that is rooted in truth, connection, and purposeful alignment. This request carries the energy of someone who finally understands the depth of your bond and the meaning of your presence in their life. The angels describe this moment as a spiritual contract resurfacing, a soul agreement awakening, a promise returning to its rightful place. When this request reaches you, it will touch your heart in a way that feels both familiar and transformative, as if you've been waiting for it across lifetimes. They show that destiny has been guiding you both toward this moment, weaving through challenges, lessons, and separations that were not meant to end the connection but to strengthen it. Every hardship shaped your heart. Every silence shaped theirs. Every unanswered question, every longing, every emotional collision prepared the way for this request to arrive at the perfect time. The angels emphasize that nothing was wasted. Every step was part of the journey. Now, all paths converge. The request becomes the turning point, the moment where two souls step into alignment and allow what was once delayed to finally unfold. The angels reveal that your soulmate's request carries the intention of emotional truth. They are preparing to open their heart in a way they never have before, offering honesty, vulnerability, and clarity about their feelings. They want to rebuild what was broken, restore what was lost, and step into what was always meant to be. This is not a request made lightly. It comes from someone who has faced their fears, healed old wounds, and rediscovered the value of your connection. The angels say this moment will bring a wave of recognition to your heart, awakening hope and understanding that you thought had faded away. This request also holds a message for your future. The angels show that accepting it opens the door to a path filled with emotional growth, deeper connection, and spiritual unity. They describe your hearts moving in synchrony, your energies merging, your futures aligning. They show two lives intertwining in a way that feels natural, peaceful, and divinely arranged. This path may not be perfect, but it will be meaningful, fulfilling, and guided. The angels promise that choosing this connection now leads to healing, expansion, and emotional renewal. And now, with the full revelation delivered, the angels wrap this message with a final truth: your soulmate is closer to reaching out than you realize. Their energy is moving. Their intention is forming. Their heart is calling. And soon, this request will cross the spiritual threshold and enter your reality in a way you cannot miss. Stay open. Stay grounded. Stay aligned with the love you were always meant to receive. The moment is approaching, and it carries everything your soul has been waiting for. If this message spoke to your spirit, take a moment to like this video, leave amen in the comments, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe so these messages continue reaching your heart. If you feel guided, use thanks or become a channel member to support the mission of spreading light. And as you move forward, Watch the next video on your screen, because there is another message waiting, one that will continue the guidance the angels have started here. Thank you for receiving this message. May the angels continue to guide your path with clarity, love, and divine protection.